everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Original Masters.
Rage
And Review. And...
Hello kiddies! Today we're going to be telling you about 7 game series that should return from the grave.
Oh, what are you, ripping off the Crypt Keeper? Give me a break.
Hey Paul, if you're gonna steal from the best. And besides, I'm better looking.
There's no beauty contest, and it's gonna be hard to gauge. I mean, that's like, what looks better, diarrhea or
Burn in
vomit?
hell, James, and proceed with the list.
Alright, at number 7 on the list, we got Demon's Crest for Super Nintendo,
By Capcom.
1994.
Strictly speaking, this one could have been called Gargoyle's Quest 3, as it's a sequel kind of to the Game Boy game Gargoyle's Quest and the Nintendo game Gargoyle's Quest 2. It's got everything you want from a Super Nintendo era action game. You got transformations into different forms, you're collecting stuff all over the place, you gotta go backtracking if you want to collect every item in the game. But it is hard.
Yeah, it is a hard one. Paul and I beat this years ago, and we got the best ending too. You gotta collect all the crests. If you're not familiar with this game, it's an action-adventure title.
Mm-hmm.
It's
The spin-off of Ghosts and Goblins.
a spin-off of Ghosts and Goblins, and you get to star as the Red Devil, aka
Firebrand.
Firebrand, the Red Armor, whatever. In the game, he's Firebrand, so he's known as in the series.
But like the first 2 Gargoyle's Quest games, Firebrand is a little bit flat-footed.
They don't give you as much agility with Firebrand like they give you in the games, where he's like, pew, pew, pew.
Yeah.
In the games, he's always stiff, you know?
Yeah.
That being said, we love the series because of the gothic elements, and we feel like they could be brought back, but maybe made
Update. The play controls can be a little bit smoothed out.
a little bit looser and more fast. You know, Strider, for example, when they brought that back to PlayStation 4, good example of how to bring an old franchise back and speed it up and clean it up. So throughout the game, you'll collect these different jewels that represent the different elements. There's the one for the air, one for the earth,
Fire and water.
and I think they're actually...
And one where he becomes a chimney sweep.
As I remember, there was a spirit one. It's not a totally linear game. You do have to visit different areas, but they're not tied together in one map like Metroid.
No, but they do have an overworld map that you fly around, which connects all the different levels together.
In Mode 7.
Yeah.
And it looked pretty cool at the time.
It looked cool at the time, but imagine it now. That would be awesome.
And you better bring it back, Capcom. I want to play an updated version.
Listen to Paul, Capcom. We don't know what he's capable of.
Next on the list is Earthworm Jim.
Ah, Earthworm Jim.
Yeah, I love these games, James. They're fantastic, but you know, they truly only made 2 of them. The 3D one and the Game Boy Advance one do not count.
I know. But they made such an impact, and these games at the time were some of the first to introduce humor in a 2D platformer. And the main character's awesome, stupid, funny,
Stupid and awesome.
memorable.
Because it's an oxymoron, but
So they made 2 2D games, and they made a third one that was 3D, and I didn't care for it. So if they're gonna bring this thing back, they talked about bringing it back for the Amico, and it was pretty close. But honestly,
that thing was a shit show.
Calling that thing a shit show is an insult to shit shows.
so maybe Dave Perry or someone can come back together and cobble together some of that talent and make a third one that's in the 2D style with some awesome pixel art.
Yeah, I want that animation, that fluid animation. I want to see colorful, fluid sprites.
Then no 3D graphics, hand-drawn only, please. And then we know that he's a polarizing figure and he was responsible for a lot of that shit show called the Amico, but bring back Tallarico for the music. You know, it was pretty good.
I wouldn't mind if he did the music for the game, but some people might find that to be controversial given his recent spate of controversies.
Yeah, he's a live wire, that guy. Bring this one back, David Perry, from Shiny Entertainment. Make my world shiny. I want to play it again.
Isn't David Perry involved with bioscience and digital therapeutics these days? Gunstar Heroes. There are 2 games in this series, and there needs to be more. These games deliver some of the most fun, exciting, and varied run-and-gun gameplay in history, and it's a crime we haven't gotten another.
Damn right, there are 2 games in this series, Gunstar Heroes for the Genesis Mega Drive, and one called Super Gunstar Heroes for the Game Boy Advance. The first game is awesome. The second game is great, but the first game, I don't know, man. I love this game so much, I played it I feel like I played it as many, if not more times than Contra 3 for Super Nintendo, and that's saying a lot.
That is saying a lot.
Saying a lot.
So you played a shitload of that game.
Yep.
Contra 3, forget about it.
Impossible to choose.
Yeah. You done, sweetheart? It's nappy time, bitch. The world of Gunstar Heroes is quirky and weird. The characters are kind of generic, red and blue, or whatever the names were, Gunstar Blue and Gunstar Red. But Treasure was never known as making the best characters, but they were known for making some of the best games, and just combining the weapons, the guns, the firing, the levels, the bosses with multiple phases like Seven Force, the final boss, Gold Silver, that freak of nature. There are just so many fun things about this game. The action's over the top. It's forgiving because you got a health meter instead of one-hit deaths.
Oh, that always helps, yeah.
And you got slides, you got this, you can throw each other around for if you want to get aggravated with each other and toss each other off cliffs. There's just so much hilarity and creativity. I just wish they'd make. And the second one is good, but your character sprites are so big on the screen relative to the size of the Game Boy Advance
It
screen.
works for what it is. It's a curious little game, you know?
And I have heard that Treasure's working on a new game, but I think it's just another port of Radiant Silver Gun. I guess only time will tell, but they should have just done another Gunstar Heroes.
Yeah, come on. What's wrong with you people? We want Gunstar Heroes.
I'm amazed they're still around. I look in their account every now and then, and they've been around forever. It's just like a ghost company, but apparently they're making something.
Hopefully not more digital therapeutics. How could you walk away from a franchise this awesome? I mean, just it plays so beautifully.
Treasure, put down your ramen, put down your chopsticks, and dig this fucking thing up like a fucking pirate's booty.
And make a part 3.
Yeah.
At number 4 on the list, we've got the Goemon series of games.
Oh, yeah.
This started all the way back in the arcade, which hardly anyone played. I believe it was in 1986.
Yeah,
Oh,
1986, when I was a flesh and blood little boy.
As a platformer called Mr. Goemon. It was 2 players. Kind of like a fancy version of Mario Bros. Anyway, the Goemon games. If you're not familiar, in the West we call them Mystical Ninja a lot, you know?
Yeah.
Pete, what are your memories of these games?
I just remember there being, it's like throwing everything into a fucking bowl, mixing it up and making fucking fantastic mystical soup. It was cool. It threw everything. It had mechs in there. It mixed all these genres together. It was just wacky over-the-top entertainment.
A lot of RPG elements.
Yeah, you go into shops, you eat ramen, you buy shoes to upgrade your speed.
Train in the dojo so you can do cartwheels and learn new moves to nail your enemies with. Some of these games feature mini games like whack-a-mole, horse racing, betting, high-low. You can play Gradius, you can play Breakout.
Man, that's cool.
It was just, like Paul said, a big cultural blender, and you got, as you would say, so many charming details in all these things.
And you have his sidekick. What's his name?
B. Sumaru. In the West, they called him Dr. Yang, right?
Yeah, Dr. Yang.
But in the West, he's a B. Sumaru because he's obese. That's seriously why they call him that.
Yay the Ninja and Sasuke the Robot round out the rest of the cast, and they appear in the Super Famicom sequels and the rest of the games. And don't forget about the 2 awesome games for Nintendo 64, Goemon's Great Adventure and Mystical Ninja starring Goemon. These games, especially the first one, it was a good holdover until the Zelda game came out, you know? And if you haven't experienced the robot battles in this game, you go into first person and you beat on giant robots. It's amazing. If you haven't tried it yet, you definitely have to.
Yeah, right.
Oh, those robot battles, they were fucking crazy.
That's one of my favorite parts
it was
of
so
those
exciting.
Nintendo 64 games, and the music was so dramatic too.
It was like a kaiju. You're just like, it's like Godzilla. You just 2 robots battling, destroying the town.
Overall, there's just so much personality and heart in these games that they Konami has got to get their act together. Hopefully they can cobble themselves up and make another one of these, man.
Oh man, yeah, we have to bring that back. Bring it back, please. I've been dying to play. I want to play the Nintendo 64 version again so bad, but I can't because it's hard to find and you can't fucking emulate it. Well, I can't.
Well, yeah, you can, but you
I don't have the good enough hardware. So I want a good port republished. Do it, or make a new one, please. Next game series we have is F-Zero.
Oh yeah.
Talk about a fantastic series. It might not be Nintendo's biggest moneymaker, but it's definitely got to come back.
Now, we know we got F-Zero 100 on the shop, on Nintendo Online, whatever it was. What was that called? Nintendo?
F-Zero 99 or something
F-Zero
like that.
99. And a lot of people liked it, and it was cool to introduce everyone who hasn't known about F-Zero to the franchise. But we want another one. We want another good one.
Yes.
It's going to be tough because it's going to be a sequel to GX more than it would be something like a sequel to the Super Nintendo original. They're never going to put out a direct sequel to that again.
No.
You know, it's going to be something with souped up graphics if they're going to bring it out on a Switch 2.
Switch 2, please release an F-Zero.
Boy. But if they do, I wonder if Sega would be responsible for this one again.
Probably. They publish a lot for Nintendo.
Now it's kind of tough because Paul and I think the first is my favorite, followed by X. I don't know how you feel.
X is, yeah. First one's good. I like the GX. The one for,
GX is amazing.
It's hard though.
It's really, really hard. I'm telling you guys.
It's white knuckle action. I'll go so fucking fast.
GX introduced tons of customization to the series. You could upgrade any part of your car, change anything out. It was really, really cool. But seriously, this game made me want to stab my eyes at it so hard.
You said it. I mean, getting through some of those story mode missions on F-Zero GX, you know, I gotta imagine...
You were pulling your hair out, I remember.
Yeah. Now, if a man can't experience childbirth, that's probably the closest he can get, is struggling through those missions in that game. I remember the first bitch of the mission was all the rocks flying down the road and having to use turbo to clear it in time, and you'd have no health left, and we'd right at the last second. It was exciting, but come on, I think that shaved off fucking years of our lives, dude.
And every time you get so close to the end, then you fucking die.
Yeah, and the final mission in that game was super satanic, from what I remember. You had Dark Shadow, whatever the boss's name was in that thing, and you'd have to, or I can't remember, but it was in that ethereal track, but it was just breakneck. I did it, but it was, I think it was too hard, man. I just remember it being too hard. Tone down the difficulty a bit. Put it back to the difficulty of Super Nintendo F-Zero.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Fantastic series of games, and the music can't be talked about highly enough. You know, it's just amazing. We love them.
Bring it back, please. Plus, with the Switch 2, you can have online play. The thing will be so fucking addictive. Mm-hmm. I don't want to be 85, still waiting for this game with a colostomy bag. I want a fucking F-Zero game in the next few years. If not, I'm going to go down to the Nintendo's headquarters, grab Miyamoto by the neck, squeeze him until jelly flies out of his ears and his eyes pop out.
Alright, for number 2 on our list.
The Earthbound series, or Mother series. There are 3 games released in total.
Absolutely, absolutely. What game fanboy list would be complete without mentioning Mother Earthbound?
The very underappreciated Earthbound.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that game.
We've played through all the games, the Famicom original, Super Nintendo, and the Game Boy Advance patch. We love these games. They're fantastic. We love them.
People love Earthbound because it's got real hard, you know? A lot of folks played it as kids, so it hits that nostalgia button. The music's honest and kind of sweet, but also just a little weird in the best way. And you're not some knight with a magic sword, you're a kid with a baseball bat or a yo-yo, so people feel like they can relate to it. And then it takes these ordinary things and tosses you into time travel and fighting cosmic evil. It's heartfelt, it's funny, it's weird, and everyone loves these games. Almost everyone.
Earthbound, you boot it up for SNES. you think it's going to be, you look at the graphics and be like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, very primitive.
NES graphics.
Very
like,
primitive.
Get gypped.
We thought we were getting gypped back in 1996, 5,
4.
I think.
Yeah, it's
Anyway,
been a long time, folks. Remind me who the, what's the main boss? The evil boss?
Pokey?
The boss of the game.
Gigas.
Like, there's a connection between him and Ness, that there's like an underlying creepiness about it, which is really cool.
And the final boss takes, well, you want me to ruin it?
Don't ruin it.
Oh, okay. But there are some twists and it's funky. But yeah, like Paul said, it lulls you into a false sense of security thinking it's a game for kids, and all of a sudden it has these darker undertones, which is, when you think about it, which is what all great fairy tales are like, Grimm's fairy tales. You should always have darkness in there, in kids' storytelling, a little bit of it.
It's scientifically proven that trauma at an early age helps set kids up for a life full of this shit. And besides, the music in this game is pretty scarifying too. Listen to some of this.
We'd love to see the series come back, but unfortunately
I don't see that happening.
It's Shigesato Itoi does not want to see the series come back as long as he's alive.
What?
He's got this like death lock on it.
What?
He's 76 now, and I guess Nintendo's waiting for him to die. He just does not want to give a fourth game his blessings. And Nintendo respects him enough to honor his wishes. Crazy.
Yeah, I don't really understand it either. I mean, why not give his blessings? Maybe he figures if he doesn't have the energy to totally invest himself into the project, he doesn't want it sullied. But, I mean, as great as these games are, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings here, but it wasn't like Shakespeare or anything like that. So why should he take it so personally if someone else steers it in a slightly, potentially crappier direction? He's going to die in a few years regardless. Sorry, that's kind of cynical.
I kind of understand where he's coming from. Well, these reboots lately, but you give it to this capable people in Nintendo that can redo it and give it good quality conversion or a good quality sequel.
So this is another case of Nintendo here, another Nintendo franchise we want back. So, Paul?
Miyamoto, you better release another Earthbound game in the series, or I'm going to put firecrackers in your rice and LSD in your coffee, so you trip the fuck out, you don't know where you are, you freak out, you look in the office, you see friggin' monsters all over the place, and then you jump out the window and fall to death.
Yeah, so bring that peaceful action RPG Earthbound back.
Yes.
And last on the list of the 7-game series we think need to return from the dead, Shtick.
It's none other than Castlevania.
Or in other words, Shtick's summer home.
As long as the hot succubi are there.
Yeah, Castlevania series. Come back, Castlevania, come back.
Oh, please, Konami, what are you doing over there? Get off your asses and do something, man.
The PlayStation 2 games, Lament of Innocence and Curse of Darkness, were really cool. They were different, but they were great. What do you think about the other ones? Lords of Shadows.
I like Lords of Shadows. That's the one with Gabriel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the little cross weapon. It's like chain. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Highly stylized.
And you fight these big monsters like Shadow of the Colossus. You have to climb them, and that was a good. I like.
So maybe they could bring back another one of those. If we had our druthers, maybe they could bring back one in the style of Lords of Shadow, and they could bring back another in the style of the 2D Metroidvania style.
Keep the 3D games. Just give us another one like Rondo of Blood or Symphony of the Night.
And bring back that multiplayer. Was that multiplayer?
Harmony of Despair.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we love
that loot collecting
Harmony
gem of a game. I love that game.
Really underappreciate Harmony of Despair. What about if we had it so, multiple multiplayer kind of Harmony of Despair, but make it more storyline based and thematic?
Yeah.
Maybe there was, I don't know how you. We love the loot thing.
Well, make it like Symphony of the Night. Make it co-op, and just have like a bunch of random loot you can find and build your character up.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, keep it instead of like a pointless kind of like just a grind fest. Have it so there's some type of feeling of story and cohesion and progression. You know, like you have Diablo 4, it's a lot of grinding, sure, but you're still moving through a story.
Yeah.
With the Harmony of Despair, it just felt purely repetitive. So anyway, we love the Castlevania games, going back all the way to the original for Nintendo, of course. And it's like, it feels like...
Feels real bad.
Yeah, it feels like hell. It feels like a part of us is missing without more Castlevania games. And also, the ones for Game Boy Advance, the ones for Nintendo DS, the list goes on and on. So many, and we played through all of them.
But go back to the basics more, make it more dark and gothic, instead of all this anime stuff. You know, Konami, please make this game. Don't you want to make money? You're sitting on the treasure trove of a fucking franchise. Don't you want to make money? Release the fucking games! I want Castlevania! Come back, resurrected from the dead! Make it! Make it! Stop making ports and make a new Castlevania. You dummies.
Well said, Paul. Well said. Important games.
Absolutely, guys. Well, that wraps up our list for the 7-game series we want to see return from the dead.
Yeah.
If you've got pics of your own, share them and maybe we'll care.
Until next time, happy Halloween and...
Adios, trick or treat.
See ya.
Let us go out this evening for pleasure.